Forget the business plan, forget the pitch deck. If I had to start a business in 2025, this is exactly what I would do. The old model, hard work, graft, employing people, working manually, it's dead. It's too slow, it's too expensive, and it doesn't provide you the ROI fast enough. The growth is slow. The AI CEO model is exactly the model that you need to take as you develop your business. You start with the AI core model first that gives you the leg up on all of your competitors, and that is how you will win. Today, I'm going to give you the blueprint of exactly how I would build the AI core of a business moving forward into 2026, and the 3 essential systems that you need in order to be able to make it a success. I can't teach you how to launch a business without first talking about mindset. The AI CEO doesn't view AI as another tool, right? It's your tireless assistant that is constantly researching, constantly producing content for you, keeping you at the front of the industry. It processes your clients seamlessly. It ensures that all of your reporting is delivered on time. It ensures churn is as low as physically possible. And what that does is it gives you the core base of a business that is sustainable and quickly scalable. It also allows you to understand exactly where you need to step in, because there are areas where you do need to step in as a CEO and business owner. It's about designing your business around AI strengths, not just bolting it on and adding it as an extension. You build your core foundation using AI strengths. That's how you will have agility from day one to be able to go from 0 to 100K a month in lightning speed. For our hypothetical business, let's choose something that's highly relatable to me and in you, because it's digital, PPC. Let's start with a PPC agency. We're going to start a PPC agency today, right? Why are we choosing PPC agency? Because it fell into sort of an A to B tier category in terms of the return on investment, high margin, high value, perfect for scalability and integration with AI, and also is still going to be the future in regards to how leads are generated digitally. So we know that we're future proofed. It's a good business concept. I've proved it. That's why we've chosen it. So what do? Instead of expensive consultants, forget those, they're out of a job. I'd use AI to do these things. I would identify pain points from day one. I would prompt large language models with specific questions. What are the biggest PPC go-to-market issues that companies face in 2025? Then I would also prompt the AI to look at other struggling competitors and what they have done, where they have fallen. I would then roll that into the second point of competitor analysis and use AI-powered tools to analyze competitor websites, forums, just strategies in general, engagement, content that they've posted, and I would have it summarize me a report that gave me an overview of the PPC market as it stands today based off of the leaders. Because if a PPC business has implemented AI, you better believe that there'll be information out there as to how, why, the reception, scanning Google business profiles for reviews of people saying that all of their AI reports are automated, things like that. They're all feedback for you before you start, so you know exactly the pitfalls to avoid. Then I would leverage AI to scan reports from social media and emerging trends. So we can kind of call this like trend spotting. We would scan all of the social platforms in order for us to be able to find exactly what is trending in the industry right now, whether that be campaign types, Google's innovation of the future of search engines, whether that be what actual competitors are posting themselves about what they're doing to pivot in the AI arena. That would give us a trend spotting leverage that we can keep evergreen. Like that can continue to run consistently every Monday morning or whatever, like to spot the latest trends. We would have that. We would leverage AI to scan that information. It's critical. It's vital. Then AI personas. So when it comes to AI personas, it's not about the AI itself. It's about the audience. Use AI to synthesize demographics and, the psychographic data into detailed customer personas, so you know exactly who your target market are. I have a very good idea about who they are, but obviously we're talking about starting from scratch here. And if you were to start a PPC agency, you would need an AI tool that identified your ideal audience persona, because you don't have the data that I have. That gives us a validated niche with a clear understanding of what the pain points and future and what is happening in evolution in that industry is. And it gives it us all probably within the space of 2 days worth of work. You could have it. So that's day one. That's part one. Now that we know who we're serving and what their problems are, let's build our service and brand with AI. So LLMs will help us outline exactly what our offerings should be. That can be price points, that can be, content types, different service types. You might want to incorporate a specific function to your service, whatever. AI would help you be able to provide service definition. In the PPC model that we've chosen here, it's quite simple. It's the retainer model with a setup fee. That is generally the case, and I guarantee you if you followed step one, that's what you would find. So we know that that's the way that we're going to go, okay? Now, when it comes down to brand and messaging, name and slogan, AI brainstorming tools would generate hundreds, if not thousands, of names and insights and ideas. I'll tell you a true story. It took me like 3 days to come up with the name of my agency, AdTrain. And I had a mental block, and all of a sudden I went online with an AI name generator. This was years ago. And I went name generator, and I couldn't quite find what I wanted, but it put me on a path, and boom, it came, AdTrain, and it just came to me. AI can will brainstorm tools and ideas and generate hundreds of names and taglines that you find valuable, that resonate with your demographic, but also what you want your brand to be, because there is the personal human element there. Logos and visuals. Now, with the tools that are out there now, AI image generators like Nano Banana, right? We have absolutely no excuse to be able to have the highest quality logo physically known to man with about 5 prompts. You would find your logo probably in about 6 minutes if you weren't picky. Seriously, we can use AI image generators to create our logos, create our branding. And that would be extremely simple. So then we've got a brand to go along with what we have. Brand voice. I'm not big on brand voice. All of my businesses' brand voice are my voice. It's the way I speak. But we're building a company here. A lot of people focus on brand voice. So AI could could literally lay out and define a consistent tone across all communications to make sure that you deliver the exact same voice to your target market. I do the same thing, but the thing is, it's my voice that I project. So that's easily doable with AI. This way, by doing all of these things, taking out my little caveat there, by doing it this way, we launch with a polished, professional brand, clearly defined services without a huge upfront spend in branding corporations that charge you 15K to tell you that you should say hey on each individual intro. Like, it's crazy. That's how you take your product service and development through using the AI phase. Main point 4, marketing and sales. This is where AI truly shines, okay? Without sales, you don't have a business. As simple as that. Everybody will tell you that. If you don't have inquiries coming through the door, you haven't got a business. So how do we leverage automation to be able to do that? Well, under content marketing, which is for initially to get your brand voice out there, you can have blog posts, AI assistants that draft outlines, generate first drafts, and optimize for SEO, which I'd probably refine, to be honest. I'd have a human element of step before I let anything go out. That is probably needed, but AI can do 95% of the grunt work, and you literally just press go on most of it. That's where you would need to refine your system. But with blog posts, you've got to be careful. It's like automating your LinkedIn. It's a bit dangerous. Like if you get it wrong once, you can lose a lot of reputation. So that's the way that I do it. When it comes down to social media, AI can generate posts, generate first drafts, and optimize for your target demographic and audience. It can then also read and define your performance off of that content. When you think of things like, and this rolls into the next point, which is video scripts. When you think about the content that you can produce now with very minimal, I mean, VO3 is not cheap by any stretch of imagination to produce at volume, but the quality of content that you can put out there as a social media agency, well, not as a PPC agency, but on social media with the social media content marketing element, is absolutely massive. Like, you could have the same level of creative of like Lamborghini with just a good system flow and prompt. Like, it's insane. At the drop of a hat, you can have it. There's no excuses anymore for not having the correct video scripts and correct social media AI generated posts. There simply isn't. Now, you can then leverage AI to power and handle marketing and targeting for your campaigns themselves. But as a PPC agency, this isn't something that I have integrated. And I'll tell you why. I use AI to inform all of my information. So it gives me direct reports. It tells me if some bids and budgets drop over a certain amount, conversion numbers fluctuate here or there. But because of the quality and standard of work I provide from a PPC perspective, it's literally best in class. You can't automate best in class. But what we're talking about here is a scalable business. And if I was to start again and not have anything, I would 100% automate specific areas. Very similar, like in PPC, you might not have a PPC background, but you can use scripts that do specific things inside of the Google platform. Leveraging AI agents and flows to do things for you is no different to that. You can power your ad campaigns, but you can definitely use it when it comes down to your organic content, like to strategize that. When it comes down to your own ad campaigns, I'd strongly advise that you keep an eye on them manually, because you can't automate that sort of thing yet. Now, the biggest area that comes into this is sales automation, because I talked about campaign optimization, and that's assuming that you've got a starting marketing budget. Well, to start any business, you have to have a little bit of money. You don't need a lot, but you need a little bit. You can't start with nothing, like, because all of these API calls and things, they're going to cost a certain amount of money. You're talking hundreds, not thousands, though, with the AI tools that are out there. So what do? Sales automation. Let's say, for example, you have decided to go into the PPC arena, but you want to target B2B SaaS businesses, right? That's the way. Well, what do? We go over to Apollo. We grab the URL of every B2B SaaS company in the US, in the UK, in Estonia, wherever you are. You grab all of that information. You go into Apify. You scrape all of those leads. You import them into Instantly, where you buy 10 inboxes for about $80, $70. And you use AI to craft some personalized, detailed, tailored cold outreach or LinkedIn messages, and LinkedIn messages even. So you have a list. You could literally, like that, within the space of an hour of your own time, if that, that's just you waiting for the crawls and things to happen. You can use all of those AI tools to leverage and have a database of all of the B2B SaaS businesses that you want to target. You've got directors' emails, you've got staff emails, you've got even phone numbers in some cases. You've got everything that you need in order to be able to target them. Then what do? You personalize the cold outreach with an AI generation tool. Maybe it scrapes their LinkedIn for their last 50 posts of both company and individual. Maybe you do some deep research using Perplexity on somebody who's high up in the company, in the influence, who has influence, should I say, in making decisions. You can go as deep as you want with this. It's very, very in-depth. Some of the flows I have are very detailed. But you can also just hit them with a flat, hey, we're a new PPC agency. I've got X amount of experience. We are X and Y, Z with this and that. Give us a shot, because you've got that many leads that you can't really fail unless you wrote something really drastic. So, you didn't even have to personalize it, but personally, I would personalize it. But a tip from me from open rates from cold email: don't over personalize, because when you over personalize, they know that it's AI. Nobody's going to know that they posted a picture 4 years ago of their dog playing in a field unless it's AI. Like, people just wouldn't know that, would you? So you've got to be careful with cold email lead generation, but it should all be automated. And together, this creates an automated marketing system and sales engine that gives you inbound inquiries that scales efficiently. And you have everything in place already running currently with your flow. The final point on all of this, when it comes to sales, is that you need to have your CRM integrated. So AI Automate updates the data. Was it a positive response? Was it a negative response? Score leads based off of their response to priority order. Suggest follow-ups, but not just suggest follow-ups. Have a two-way system that automatically qualifies your inquiries. Build that out in this stage and watch yourself get rich. So rolling into point 5, which is operations and customer experience. Now, these are important for churn. It's okay having a great sales funnel. This is what a lot of businesses suffer with. They have a fantastic sales funnel. They put all of their eggs in that basket, and then the service goes to shit. So they churn, right? What you're looking for is to maintain clients so you can grow your MRR. That's how you will scale your business and ultimately end up with a saleable asset if you wanted it to be one. But you can do this. You can solve this friction problem. This is the main friction problem, and this is the number one thing that's ignored: customer experience. You don't look at it through the customer's lens. You look at it through your lens. Well, as the AI CEO that we're building here, like, this is what we are. We're going to make sure we tick these problems off before they become problems. And how we do that is, the first thing is, throughout day-to-day operations, they're all run automatically. So what do I mean by this? Customer support. We build out an AI chatbot that handles frequently asked questions, plugs into an AI-generated database that you have about the company, any issues on your service, like things like even cancellation dates and things like that. All of these things should be implemented inside of your data so that they can come to you. Customer service-wise, you're going to get a lot of questions around, like, maybe, when is my report coming over? When is this happening? How are my campaigns performing? I haven't heard from you in a while. I need automated booking in. All of these things you can automate using this one AI assistant. It can handle the integration for you. They can speak to somebody, doesn't even have to appear to be AI. Like, you can pretend that it's a human being, and it has an engagement with it. And then you have fallbacks that if the conversation gets a little bit too technical, or it's not confident in, if it doesn't have a 95% confidence score in its answer, then it passes it to a real team member. That's fine. But you handle the grunt work, the 80%, 90% of stuff that could easily be handled without your input using a customer support assistant. Invaluable, right? We then look at project management. So we have all these clients coming through the door now. We have these responses. We have these builds to do from a PPC point of view. We're building out these B2B SaaS projects. Well, have AI help with prioritization, allocation, and spotting bottlenecks. So the project management can literally automatically place things based off of date ranges of how long. Let's say you have a 2-week build period. It's got 2 week, how close are we approaching? Green, amber, red. What is going on here? A daily update that's sent based off of project management of any projects that might be behind, or anything that's come through customer support that might be causing major issues, etc. These things, you can use it to literally not only help with prioritization in your workflow, but you can also help identify bottlenecks in your business. And that is how we've solved a lot of them already by being the AI CEO, but you're going to have new problems that arise as you grow, and those are going to need to be spotted. Well, don't allow it to happen, fall flat on your face and learn the hard way. Allow AI to be able to tell you. The next one, data analysis. Data analysis is absolutely vital to any business. Its data is everything, right? AI analytics, it monitors traffic, engagement, performance for ongoing optimization. That can be for anything. That can be for members of staff performance, delivery. Are they always late delivering things? Are they late with their tasks? Are they missing tasks? Are they in a position where they are doing things incorrectly? Is there a common trend appearing anywhere? Well, AI can tell you all about that with data analysis of what's happening because of all of the tools that we've built and are going to continue to build here. Scheduling and admin, AI assistants that handle meeting coordination and reminders. Plug in your calendars of all of your team members. Maybe it's just you to start. You have a calendar. You set your times that you're available. Apologies. You set your times that you're available. And then when the emails come through, or when somebody goes to the customer support agent and asks to book a meeting, it knows your calendar. It can conversationally book the meeting. Job done. You're free. You're notified. You know that you're speaking with them. And then if you're smart, what have we got? We've got a automated agent that then prepares you for that meeting. But that's one step further. So this lets a tiny team, maybe even just you at first, run like a fully fledged, sophisticated agency. If you have these 5 points that I've just gone through in here, you have a fully operational, functional business that, quite frankly, is probably in the top 1% of PPC agencies in the world, because I've seen some of the shit that they produce and it's really poor, right? So if you did this, you would be in a really strong position. Summary and key takeaways. So if I was starting a business today, the AI CEO role is the way that I would approach it. It would be my go-to-market blueprint. From market research to branding to deployment to customer service, it would be able to handle everything for me, and it would allow me to scale with a lean team. I wouldn't need many team members to turn 7 figures. I wouldn't need many team members to turn even to 8 figures. Like, as long as you can allow that lean team to focus on the areas where it needs to focus, that's what the AI CEO takes care of, then the quality of work will improve, you'll achieve massive growth, you'll have a huge impact in the market, and you'll have a massive advantage in today's world. What businesses would you start today if you were going to start? Let me know in the comments. Let me know from day one. What core functions would you automate first? Give me some ideas, throw something at me. Tell me what you think would be a good idea in today's world. There are a lot of opportunities on the horizon. My name's Michael Elliott. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is how you would build a business using AI. Probably get off the ground within the space of 2 weeks as we head into 2026. I'll catch you in the next one.